everybody. Welcome back to the Love Wire podcast. I'm your co-host, Shanese and
It's Matt and Matt. Thank you again,
It's
as
episode
always.
11.
Yep, episode 11. Just want to thank everybody again for tuning in. We definitely appreciate it every week. I need to stop hitting this microphone. So, how you been?
I've been good. I feel like I've been taking care of myself. A lot of self-care mentally, not actually physically doing things,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would say the same. You know, the biggest thing for me is like when it comes just to taking care of myself, it's just like eating right, making sure I'm being consistent with working out.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying, and treat myself here and there.
have a little snack or two.
Yeah. But yeah, man, like self care is definitely important.
We talk about it so much, but it's
Yeah.
just like, guys, it's so important.
Yeah, it's definitely important to and as I hit the mic again, it's definitely important to continue to take care of yourself and I mean kind of like we was talking about last week, you kind of got to love yourself. You know what I'm saying? And part of that is just taking care of yourself, even the little things like saying no. You know what I mean? That's a big thing too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then so for the Love Jones segment this week, it's kind of short, but I think it has a lot of meaning to it. And the quote goes, "We accept the love we think we deserve," and that's by a guy named Stephen Chbosky.
Because
Um, but
we
yeah,
accept the love that we think we
we think we
deserve.
deserve.
That's a good one. Because, like, I feel like sometimes, like, you love someone, but they don't treat you like you should be treated, but you accept it because you're in love with them and they're in love with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So that's
and a lot of it goes
a
back
good
to
one.
just self love too, because like if you feel like whatever you think about yourself, you know what I mean. If it's like low self esteem, or if it's just you could be just conditioned because a lot of things we learn in childhood. So if you're conditioned to think that love is a certain way, then you accept it a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if growing up you witness like your parents abusing each other, then you're gonna think that that's how a relationship
Normal.
should be. You know what I mean? And then it gets even deeper because like a lot of people that go through that and they think that they deserve a certain type of love. A better love or a more healthy love can come into their life and they just turn it away or they don't know what to do with it and they fumble it and they end up being unhappy.
Yeah. That was a deep one. That's good.
Yeah, we only accept the love we think we deserve. So you got to set a high standard for yourself. You know what I mean? I always emphasize women about that, but men too. Like especially like nowadays, I think men need to pay attention more to who's there for them as far as their relationships and focus on like that true love and not just that materialistic love that sort of
Or social media love. I
yeah.
feel like now that's like the perfect word to say these days.
Yeah.
Social media love.
Yeah, self love, man. Self love. If you love yourself, you know exactly the type of love that you're willing to accept and the type of love that's going to get you to the next level in your life.
100.
Yeah. So, where do you want to go next?
Where do I want to go next? So let's see here. Okay. So I'm going to bring up a topic. We're going to touch this topic a little bit deeper later on in the podcast. Obviously, it will be sex. But I also want to ask a question. Do you feel like people should wait? Like, do you feel like waiting is a bad thing? A lot of people wait to have sex for religious reasons, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also feel like people feel pressured when they make that decision to be celibate or just to stay a virgin, etc. Like,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I think that if you feel like you should wait, then you should wait. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's something that you want to experiment with, then go ahead and experiment with it. I know like we didn't wait till marriage.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Like we didn't wait to have sex till marriage. Um,
But if you do, I feel like that's awesome. Like that you're able to do that.
yeah,
And not that like it was something that was like hard for us to even do, but I just never even really like, to be honest, I never really even considered it. I was just,
yeah,
I don't know. I just mm,
yeah. I don't know. I think it's also just one of those things that you just kind of you learn. You feel what I'm saying? Like
yeah, it's true.
if it's like, especially if you come from like a very religious background, of course, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be something that's taught to you.
Mm,
But nobody had that conversation with me to be like, yo, you should probably wait till you get married,
yeah, that's true. Like
or even that you should wait for the right person type thing. Like I never had those type of conversations at all.
that is true. Now that I think about it, I never had those conversations really either.
You know what I'm saying? So
So I guess it's like, as like if we were parents, I feel like that's something that I think we should share with our children. Like, but
to
regardless,
wait till marriage.
no,
Oh,
no. To make sure like you wait for someone that you feel like
is the right
is the
person.
right person.
But I guess why wouldn't you say wait till marriage? Like what would stop you from going that route?
I feel like, and hear me out. I think wait until marriage is 100% like an amazing thing, and I feel like because I didn't do that, I don't want to pressure my children into telling like you need to wait, and be that parent
Mm-hmm.
that's being so strict when it comes to that. I want them to also make mistakes. I want them to also
Mm-hmm.
um, make decisions for themselves that they see fit. I don't want to be that parent that is going to try to put my child in a bubble. And I don't think that this is a bubble type situation, but I do think that my parents didn't do that, and I feel like I turned out just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't have a lot of sex partners or anything crazy like that. But I knew my worth. I knew what I deserved, and I didn't let everyone have a piece of me,
Yeah.
because not everybody is deserving.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's just, when it comes to my kids, I feel like I want them to, I would say like it's best, like it is good. It's a good thing if you're able to wait till then.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm not going to judge you as a parent, but I want you to let me know what's
Yeah.
going on, so that way they feel comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think taking that approach of like telling your kids to wait till marriage, it's like it's a battle that you're going into that it's going to be hard for you to win. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
because marriage can happen at 30. You feel what I'm saying? So you're telling this person to go throughout their lives where
Without experimenting.
without experiment. I mean, not even just experiment, but the rest of the world is like whether like the rest of the world is going to try to have sex with your child. You know what I'm saying? Well,
Hmm.
maybe, let me not say child. You know what I'm saying? But the person you raise as an adult, whatever, teenagers are having sex. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? 18, 20, 21, whatever. People are, there's not a lot of people in our society these days that are going to tolerate someone, who is choosing to wait till marriage.
Yeah, but also like I don't feel like you should not be like that, like be that parent
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
of society. But basically, like what we're saying is, or what I am saying is that sometimes, especially when it comes to females, when you tell them not to do something, they want to do it. They
Mm-hmm.
want to experiment. They want to figure out like, well, what's so bad about it?
Yeah,
Things like that. I For me, like if I were a parent, I just want my kids to be comfortable and honest with me. So then that way I can, I feel like if we build that trust, that's how my parents were with me.
mm-hmm.
They built that trust with me, that I was able to be comfortable and honest with them about what was going on in my life,
Yeah,
no matter what. And I want my kids to feel the same way.
yeah. I mean, and by no means am I saying like don't like be pressured by society not to have that conversation with your kid or not to take that approach, but just understand that it's a battle. You know what I mean, it's gonna be hard for your child. It's gonna be hard for you to kind of keep that streak going where they're waiting until marriage.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and measure
Especially as they
that.
go to college and you know what I mean, they're going out living on their own, things like that. They're hanging out with friends and
Hmm.
I think that percentage wise you're gonna have a very limited amount of people who are actually waiting till marriage to have sex.
Yeah. And then at the end of the day, it's still their choice. So if someone, like, for example, if someone comes from a religious background and your child, for example, if they're like really, into it and they're taking it seriously, of course, that particular person is just going to be more like, okay, I'm not going to do it. I want to wait. That's because that's their decision. You see what I'm saying? So I want my child to make that decision.
Yeah. Controlling don't always work. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure. I mean, we don't got kids, but from my experience of working with kids and working with families and parents, you tell a kid not to do something that makes them want to do it even more.
That's basically what I was saying. Yeah.
So it's better just to give both options. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is what happens when you go this route. This is what happens if you go this route. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the different options you have. This is the option I would like you to take. You know what I'm saying? I love you regardless, but just understand there's consequences on this side of the fence.
Yeah. And disclaimer, like, again, we're not parents, but this is just something that we feel like we would do. And obviously we're not saying like, this is what you should do because this is the right way. Like by no means, like obviously if that is how you want to parent and that's the advice you want to give to anybody that you're in a relationship with, etc., then so be it. You know what I mean? But that's just from our perspective. This is the Love Wire. We keep it real over here. We're authentic, and this is just our opinion.
Yeah. I'm not going to give that disclaimer because you should already
know. He's so annoying.
I get it, though. I get it. But yeah, I mean, because, if you ask 100 different people, you're going to get 100 different ways to parent. So,
yeah.
Go with what you see fit and rock out. You know what I'm saying? And then I did want to touch on a topic that we didn't get to last week. Well, we got to it, but technical difficulties. About if love is earned or given.
If love is earned or given. Yes. So,
like we ain't gotta go like all into it, but just I guess we can because we didn't talk about it. But.
Yeah, we did talk about it, but we're going to circle back. So basically, is it Kevin Hart had mentioned that?
Yeah.
And it was weird because I kind of understood a little bit what he was saying, but then like the more that we kept talking about it, I was like, well, wait, no, you're right.
Because I brought in like children into it, like because what Kevin Hart was saying was that he believed love is earned, and my rebuttal to that would be, like, what about your kids then? So you telling me your children have to earn your love? You know what I mean? Like for the most part, they come out the womb and you love them. And I feel like even like if you're talking about friends and whoever like you just meet or whatever, like because to me love is a risk. Like it's a risk that you take. So people don't earn risk. You feel what I'm saying? Like
that's true.
You get to know somebody and they spend some time with you, and it's not like it's for me. I'm not going through a checklist of
like do you meet this criteria?
Right. And if you meet this criteria, then I love you. Like it's more of like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been with this person or I've been around this person, friend, whoever, and I love them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not like there's 10 points on this checklist and you only meet 9. So if you only meet 9, I don't love you. You know what I mean? Like, so I believe it's given.
Yeah. You know it is given. It is. I agree 100%. But I was also in a weird way kind of understanding where Kevin Hart was, like what he was saying. I was thinking more of like someone that you just met or like, because coming from his background, like he had started from the bottom and now he's, really making good money, etc. So I think a lot of the reason why he had mentioned that was based on like trust.
Where he's at in life.
Exactly. Yeah, so it was almost like I understood why he mentioned that. Well, if I am even right, because I don't really know.
Yeah. But I mean that would make more sense, I guess, because like you're dealing with a bunch of different people, and if you have experience of people just coming into your life for reasons that are beyond love, beyond because of who you
malicious reasons,
then I guess you got to develop that type of just that type of
structure,
wall,
yeah.
But I couldn't imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Because like we said last week, I just don't deal with people. You give me a wrong sign, I don't deal with you. So
you get cut, pretty much.
Yeah, so that was a topic from last week that we didn't really get to.
I know it was really good too. It sucks, but you know what? We're
Yeah,
here now, so that's all that matters.
yeah. And there's something else I was saying on social media. I get a lot of my topics from social media, but something I was seeing on social media, they were saying, well, there was two things, right? So the first thing is like if you place your phone, if your significant other places their phone face down, they were saying that means that they're like cheating or
What?
like something up or like because basically I guess the idea is that like they're trying to hide their phone from being seen just in case a text message pop up or
But can't you go on your settings and like change that though if you wanted to? If you wanted to get that deep.
yeah, but who's going through all that? I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, do you think it's a sign that your significant other has something up their sleeve, or that they're trying to hide something?
I feel like it's a hard question to
If
ask
setting the phone
me
face
because, like, for me, it's just a phone. Like, and it's hard for me to answer it. Like, I don't agree with it because of the relationship that we have. Like, I'm always in his phone. If I can't find my phone, I grab his phone.
Yeah.
So, but I also think that if you feel like you gotta go through all that, put your phone down and do that, do all that extra stuff, then you don't even need to be in a relationship. Okay, you just need to be
You are
dating.
talking from a privileged position. There's people out here dating.
I just said that. What did I not just start the conversation saying that this is going to be a hard question for me to answer? Did I not specify that?
Okay, continue.
See, this is what happens. He makes me lose my train of thought. Okay, so for people that are dating, like I feel like if you're dating and you have an agreement with the other person that you're dating other people, then it shouldn't matter.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you are in a relationship, and you guys both have an agreement that it's just you two, because some people like that double stuff or triple or quadruple.
Okay.
Okay. Don't be rushing me. Then, and if it's just you two and you feel like, the other person is cheating and doing all the other stuff, then that's a little bit different. But I don't think that that's a sign that, like, if you actually are paying attention to that, like, I'm putting my phone, I just throw my phone. What if it lands face down or face up?
Yeah.
I feel like I said a whole bunch of nothing, but that's besides the point.
I mean, for me, like I always say, just pay attention to like the intentions. Like if someone is deliberately, like if you notice they're deliberately always putting their phone down, like and they're acting funny. Like for example, like if you ask me for my phone
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just giving it to you,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? It don't matter what I'm doing with it when it's in my possession. But if I'm just willingly giving it to you, that's not going to give you any suspicion. But if I'm like, oh, hold up, let me do whatever, or like, why you need my phone? Like, why you know what I'm saying? Or
That makes you want to ask
if I'm
questions.
reluctant to do that, then okay. But if you notice that somebody is like, whenever their eyes go to your phone, whenever your eyes go to their phone, and they're just like, oh, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, that's weird.
So I would say pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if it's on the surface, is it a sign? I wouldn't think so. But like, if you notice that it's becoming something that's like they're conscious of and they're doing on purpose, then I think it raises a question.
This goes to show to surround yourself around people that you feel like is worth your time. Okay, because some people are just not worth your time, and that person is not worth your time.
Possibly.
Especially if you guys don't have an agreement that you want the same thing. That's why I was saying that there's some people that like want, they have a mutual agreement that they're dating other people. And if you have that mutual agreement, then it shouldn't matter who's popping up on your phone.
Some people will go into an agreement and still play games.
And still play what? Games.
Like you can go to an agreement with somebody that has it's going to be me and you, and they still.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like if the agreement is that it's just you two, that's different. But if the agreement is that you guys are seeing other people as well as seeing each other, then you shouldn't be upset.
No, what I'm saying is that people will go to an agreement like and say like it's just us two, and
Yeah.
then there'll be one person that still go and play games and still do a whole bunch of stuff that's not.
Yeah, I know that.
Against the agreement.
I know that.
So like something like this would be like, I guess for the person that is going through that, how do they tell if this is a sign or not? Is this
Okay.
is this a legit question to ask? Like, is this something I should be worried about? Is this nothing?
No, pay attention. Like every man and every woman has a feeling about something that's going wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just, especially with women, I can't really speak from a man's perspective, but I could definitely speak from a woman's perspective. We know. And sometimes you act like you don't know, but deep down you really do know. So which side do you want to take? Do you want to put up with that or do you not?
Okay, that's fair enough.
I said what I said.
And then the other thing I was seeing on social media, they were asking like, would you give up? I think this was a couple weeks ago. They were saying like, would you give up sex for a year to go back to normal, like with without the pandemic and everything, or would you just rather stay in quarantine?
That is crazy. I don't care about the quarantine. I mean, I don't care about COVID.
But
So
they were
I don't
saying,
mind staying in the house.
I don't know what that was. But they were saying that like 30% of people were saying they would give up sex for a year to go back for outside to open back up.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I'm perfectly
Then I heard
fine.
somebody say, "Well, that 30% must not be having sex."
But that is just like a weird comparison. Like personally, like I feel like I don't know, the pandemic has not really changed much of my life. So that's why I'm like, whatever.
Mm.
Like I didn't allow it to change. First of all, like I've been already been clean. I've been wearing masks like when I help customers and stuff like that all the time before the pandemic.
Right.
So it's nothing normal. It's always been a normal for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not that deep. Like, I guess people must really like to party a lot, huh?
I guess, but isn't part of partying and all that because the potential of a party means that you're going to have sex or meet somebody? Like I would think that's what.
Yeah, so you're gonna have fun, but then can't have
That's why
sex.
the people I know go out because they're looking for potential partners to have sex with. Okay.
Oh my god.
So I don't know. It's kind of like counterproductive if you're giving up sex for a year, but you giving up sex for a year to go eat at a restaurant without your mask and all that.
Yeah, I just don't think it's that serious. Like, I feel like this is not that bad, people. Like, relax. It's not that bad. It's what you make it. Yeah. You can still live your life. I feel like we're living life like somewhat normal. The only thing I want is to like travel like further. That I just want certain borders to open back up. But other than that,
yeah, traveling would be nice. Traveling would be nice.
And we can still travel though. That's the thing. We're just limited.
Yeah, but
we're limited.
You got to make sure you got a COVID test and all that stuff.
Yeah, but it's life. And right now, we're just going to have to live with it and deal with it.
Some places make you quarantine, like when you get there. But Texas opened back up. Like, fully opened back up. So.
You know, I mean, they still have to wear masks, though.
No, they don't.
Are you serious?
The governor canceled all mask regulations and opened all the businesses up to 100%. So.
Oh. Well, Florida's been open. We just have to wear masks.
Well, Texas has been open.
Oh.
They just now it's official, I guess.
Well, I won't be going to Texas. Sorry, Leon and Ebony. I feel so bad I don't remember his name.
It's Zendaya and John David Washington.
Yes. John David
Washington.
Washington. Perfect. Because I didn't want to just label him as, you know, what's the name, son, you know. But yeah, the movie was definitely pretty good. I had a lot of relatable moments.
Yeah.
I was like, looking at Matt like,
yeah, like a lot of the arguments are like real arguments. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and the wave and a roller coaster of arguments too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the biggest thing, because I think that a lot of people like that did watch it were saying that, like, you know, at the end of the day, like all she wanted was a thank you. So I guess the whole theme of it was just like thank your partner. Mm-hmm. So what do you think about that? What do you think about like thanking your partner for your success? Because basically what it was, like she was wanting to thank you for the success that he acclaimed. You know what I mean?
Though I thought I got more of like she wanted to thank you, but she wanted him to acknowledge that she had played somewhat of a part in that. And she felt like she didn't get any recognition of the things that she has helped him with that. But then she also was taking a little bit too much credit. I feel like it was just kind of like a misunderstanding on both ends. And then also the way that they communicate was not a good way of communication because she knew that something was wrong in the beginning, but she didn't want to admit that something was wrong, Matthew. He does that sometimes, guys.
I would say that, like, for us, it's a little different in that because she was she was hurt about something that she misunderstood. I think for me, it's like I don't think that I'm gonna be understood. It's not a good way of communication either way you look at it, but
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. I just want to draw some distinctions between like none of us were on drugs. Yeah,
Oh, don't let your mind wander, okay? Don't let your mind
she
wander.
started by saying that like it was very relatable. Like
No, not like that. I'm
but
just talking about
some
like
of the
the
arguments that went on, yes.
yes.
You know what I mean? The arguments that went on, yes. Um, but yeah, I think like what I was trying to get to was that like yeah, like part of that was the she was upset because she didn't get credit, but she thought she got credit at the wrong things. So like yeah, she was an inspiration, but they were also talking about like the sacrifices she made and uh you know, not just like parts of the movie, but just parts of their lives that he was able to maneuver with because she was in a picture.
Yeah, I just thought that they were both selfish towards each other's feelings. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
That they were arguing back and forth about they both had a misunderstanding about how that particular person felt, but they were both inaccurate
Mm-hmm.
and also didn't have an understanding on why the other person didn't feel those emotions that they were feeling. So I felt like they were just selfish towards each other's emotions and not communicating properly, so that way they both knew exactly what the issues were. So it was almost like a roller coaster of all these emotions. And sometimes when you're in a relationship, you're mad about so many different things, and sometimes you come up with old things and you blend it in with the current thing, and it becomes confusing for the other person and vice
Right.
versa.
Yeah, I mean, and it's kind of like when you're two busy people, right?
Hmm.
Like you're two people that are trying to get things going in your life. Um, like you think things are going good, right? But there's a lot that you're missing from your partner. So, cause I think that's kind of what was going on. I feel like John David Washington's character Malcolm. I feel like he felt like he was on a roll. Things were going good. I'm with the person I love, and you know, he forgot to thank her or whatever in his acceptance speech, and it wasn't. It didn't seem like it was deliberate. I didn't get that he deliberately left her out. It was just when you're running and gunning so much, it's like you think about all the things that you done to get there. Like he want to spotlight you up there on the stage, and it's like you're not forgetting about your significant other, but you going at such a fast pace. Like, how do you slow down
And actually think,
and
and you only got a certain amount of time anyway.
yeah, yeah. But I'm just saying, but like, was it just that moment, or has this been going on for a while? Like, would you say that like all the issues just came to a head that night, or was that
No, this was
something
something
that was
that
going
was,
on?
yeah, that was well, in my opinion, I think it was something that was building up over time because she had brought up like, like I'm always doing stuff for you. Like, and she felt like for one, she was upset that he didn't thank her, but there was also a lot of roots into that situation that like, oh, like she didn't feel like she was appreciated. That's why she was
Mm,
making the macaroni and cheese. Like, you're sitting here, you're hungry, and I'm making you macaroni and cheese, but you're like, and I think
Kraft
she
macaroni and cheese. Okay,
craft, yeah,
she started doing some craft
she
that
made him
night.
some craft, but
The biggest accomplishment of his life, and he
she
had some
was
craft.
she was proving a point like, I'm always here for you. I'm always here for you, and I'm doing all these things for you, but you don't. I felt like she was like, you don't see me, you don't
Mm,
notice me. That's how she felt.
right, right. That's been going on for a while.
Yeah, build up
So in
emotions,
what ways do you stop that?
communication, and be real, and then also the other person has to be receptive
Yeah,
to the feedback that you're giving them.
yeah. Because I feel like I think the one thing that we can relate to is that like well, I'm not going to put that on the characters, but like I know for us, like sometimes like I don't want to tell you to slow down because part of telling you to slow down means you're not hustling hard as you are.
Yeah, you don't want to feel like you're putting me in a
You know what I'm
box.
saying? So like I feel like some of it you just kind of have to sacrifice. Like some of that you have to sacrifice. You have to understand that you're dealing with somebody who is like on go. You know what I mean? And when a person is on go, they forget a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is. And it's not anything personal. You know what I mean? Like, before quarantine, like when I was on go all the time, like there's a lot of things I forgot. There's a lot of things I didn't pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely takes communication, but it also takes effort on the person that's on go to kind of slow down and make time for personal stuff.
Personal stuff, family, etc. And that's something that like I want to make sure that I am like, especially like when we have a family, like I don't want, I still want to work hard, but I don't want to do as much as I do now with a family, because I feel like it's not fair to my family.
Yeah.
Like I have to find that balance, because when you have a family, that's a whole nother ball game that you're like putting in the mix of the sauces.
Right.
So
that's why I guess. Excuse me. That's why I guess the goal is always to just like, I mean, for us, is to work for ourselves to a certain capacity. I mean, not to a certain capacity. That's what it is. But because that flexibility, because you know when you like, it's cool to work a job and you get paid more money, but the more money you get paid with a job, the more expectation they have for you to be dedicated to them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And especially like in our society, like jobs are getting better, I guess, but for the most part, it's still just about like, if we're paying you X amount of money, we expect you to do this. We expect you to, you know, commit so many hours to us, and that can take away from family. That can take away from personal time.
It could, unless it's almost like finding a needle in a haystack. But unless you find something that is actually there to allow you to do whatever, because I got lucky with that.
Yeah.
And I'm still kind of like, wow, you know, and I do a lot of things, like 7 different things.
Yeah. So, you know, so, I mean, overall, like what I got from the Malcolm Marie thing was definitely communication. And the good thing is that we could laugh at a lot of that. Like a lot of the arguments that were going on, like it didn't like bring up anything. Yeah. I'm sure like if certain couples watch that, like certain arguments come up.
Right, was like triggers.
Right. But like, I think it was good that we was able to laugh at it. Like, remember those times? You know what I mean? Like, and we still argue. Like, I don't want to say it like it's in the past, but like it shows that we have grown through it.
Yeah, because we definitely was cracking up. I was like, dang. I was like, that's crazy, because it was so relatable. Especially like how long, like when you're like in a relationship, sometimes like literally you'll argue, you'll apologize, you'll forget for like maybe 15 minutes, and then you'll argue again. It's just literally like a roller coaster. So I thought that was hilarious.
The only thing that was like crazy to me, and maybe because it was like Zendaya and she only do like a lot of sex scenes like that, but they didn't have sex at all. Like with all that emotion going around and all that back and forth going, like you would think.
You were upset?
That was the only part that I would say like probably wasn't realistic, because I think any couple that's arguing like that deep.
I think it is realistic. I think it is realistic. I think it's realistic.
I think they should have sex.
But that's your opinion. But I think it's 100%. I think it's definitely realistic, because when you go through all those emotions, sometimes you're so drained, you're just like, I don't even want to have sex no more.
Maybe.
You're just thinking from experience, huh?
From experience, just from people I know. Like, you argue, you have sex. What are you talking about?
He's like, so you guys feel like when you have an argument, you should have sex? That don't even make sense.
Not like argue and you mad at each other and have sex, but there was a lot of up and down.
Yeah, in the movie. In the movie specifically,
you know
yeah.
What I'm saying? There was arguments, but then there was understanding. And then there was another argument, and there was understanding.
Then there was kissing, and it was this, and it was that.
Those understandings.
They probably decided not to write in the script, because he is like a whole lot older than her. She's
an adult. What do you mean?
I know, but still. Maybe it's weird. She was on Disney. Maybe that's in his mind. It's like, no, I'm kidding. You know, once you on Disney, that's just like, it's hard to unsee it.
Yeah, she said that though. She said that in one of the interviews. She was like, she wanted to kind of get away from that Disney type persona role.
Yeah, because
type
she's a
thing.
grown woman. I feel like when people play these young actors, play characters at a young age, it's hard for them to get out of that that I don't know era.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's definitely a good movie. I challenge, not challenge, but I encourage any couple to go see together.
Yeah, it is good.
You know what I mean?
Not see it, but not go see it, but just turn it on Netflix.
Whatever.
I know, you may seem like we gotta go to the movies or something.
They might live together and
and go see it.
I mean, not live together. They might live apart and meet up and see it.
Okay.
Whatever. It's on Netflix. But yeah, it's definitely a good movie, and just be warned. Like, if you're one of them couples that argue easily, you might be triggered.
Yeah, you might be triggered. This might not be a movie for you, but honestly, you should still watch it anyway, because then that just shows you and tells you that there's a lot of growth that you have to make as a couple.
Or watch it separately and then come together and watch it.
Yes, work it up. Build it.
Yeah. What else you got?
That's it for me, to be honest. I don't want to spill all the tea. I got to keep y'all coming back for more.
That's because she ain't got no tea.
Why do you always... Listen, okay, guys, I was on a trip and I came back home and he's been picking on me since I got back home, but I really think it's because you miss me. Did you miss me?
I did miss you, but I also wasn't given the opportunity to miss you like I should have if you go on 3-4 days. She was going 10 hours. 10 or 12 hours. Like, don't you miss me?
He's a hater. But you like that, though.
How do you know?
Because I know. If I'm not annoying you, then I'm not doing it right. I said what I said.
If you're annoying me, then there's no point. There's no time for me to miss you. I gotta miss you annoying me.
I gave you one day.
What?
I gave him one day where I didn't write him or text him or call him for a full day until I went to sleep. I just said goodnight.
1 day is not enough. And it wasn't.
You want more days apart from me? Is that what you're saying? This is what you're telling the people?
And it wasn't even 1 day, because when she did contact me, she was like, "Oh, you don't even be thinking about me."
Listen, you have to keep them on their toes, okay? If I'm not gonna keep you on your toes, then who's gonna do it?
What's that saying they say on social media?
It doesn't matter what they say.
Be his peace or something.
What is what?
Be his peace.
I am your peace.
Not when you're away.
So you prefer me to bother you in person?
I don't prefer you to bother me at all.
You're a hater. He's a hater. And he likes it. He likes it. He likes it.
She is mistaken. Be his peace, ladies. Allow him to be alone in his bliss.
Okay, so we're going to talk about it. Now, this is the topic. So you feel like I don't give you enough space? I feel like I give you a lot of space. Want to know why? Because I'm always doing stuff.
I didn't say that. What I said was that
okay.
You asking me, do I miss you? You don't give me an opportunity to miss you.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time you contact me, it's, don't you miss me? You don't be thinking about me. And it's not like it's been a full
I only did
day.
that one time, though.
It's not like it's been a full... You did that every time you reached out to me.
Did I? For real?
It's not like it'd be
I'm annoying.
It'd be a few hours. It was like 12 hours, if that. So I don't have an opportunity to miss you.
Because I'm already beating you to it?
No, because I don't have time to think like, oh, she's not here. Oh, she's not annoying me. Oh, there she goes. So you don't give me the opportunity to miss that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, next time, I won't bother you and have you reach out to me. You want to know why? Because I feel like if I don't reach out to you, you won't reach out to me.
I will if I miss you. But you don't give me that opportunity to miss you.
And then I want to make sure that you're breathing. What if something's like wrong?
You're my emergency contact. If something happens to me, they will find you.
But no. See? But then that's when be like, oh, like, and then they have to search and a couple hours will go by.
Another state. What are you going to do anyway?
Fly back immediately.
I'm sitting here.
Time is of the essence.
Dying of a heart attack. You in another state.
And I will be here. I will be here.
You ain't gonna be here fast enough to save me, so.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
My emergency contact.
You don't know that. See, that's what I mean. This is the things that we got to talk about because we got to make some changes around here.
Just be his peace. That's all.
I am your peace. But babe, seriously, do you think that?
I should measure my blood pressure like when she's around. And then measure my blood pressure when she's away.
You're making me sound like a bad wife.
It's not a bad wife. I'm pretty sure. Listen, I'm pretty sure every husband in the world.
Oh my God.
Because women just operate differently. They need that constant reassurance.
I don't need reassurance like that all the time.
You just said to the people that you want to make sure I'm breathing.
If I'm away from you. This is funny.
And I'm pretty sure every married male type, whatever.
Not every, because sometimes there's opposite roles. Sometimes the men are like that and the women are just like, leave me alone.
Probably.
But I'm just.
But I guess that also what makes it work, I guess, is that dynamic.
That we're complete opposites?
I would say we're not complete opposites, though. But in regards to...
You don't think so?
In regards to, like, affection, I guess, we're opposites.
Yeah.
Well, we're not complete opposites. I mean, I think we like the same things, for the most part.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, but when it comes to affection, definitely we're opposites.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm definitely way more affectionate than you are.
I won't say way more. We receive affection in different ways.
Okay.
But
always a hater.
I'm not a... Listen, you talk about being real.
I am being real. I'm just saying.
She want me to be on here.
I'm just saying.
Talking about how lovely everything is.
No, I definitely, come on now. You know, daggone well, I definitely don't want that. So then stop trying to play me once again.
All right then.
Okay.
So, is there anything else?
No, I don't have nothing. I really got shut down too many times. I don't got nothing else to say to this podcast. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, y'all. Please don't take us seriously. But yeah, no, I don't have any more topics, but this was definitely a good podcast. I can't wait for episode 12.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next week. And again, appreciate it to everybody that's, sharing, commenting, liking, subscribing.
Yes.
Continue to do so. We appreciate y'all. And yeah, man, we'll see y'all next week.
See you next week.
This has been another episode of the Love Wire Podcast. We appreciate y'all. We out.
Bye, guys.